go straight uphill as fast as you can. And
how are we doing today, guys? Welcome back to the channel here. This is something that has been in the making for such a long period of time. You have seen me do individual reviews on every single one of these boards. Now let's go ahead and put them together against each other and see who comes out on top. Now, obviously, performance-based situations and things like that and aesthetics are all subjective to you, the viewer, but 220-pound rider riding every single one of these boards in multiple different categories: top speed, braking, carvability, uphill performance, and the T-race. Range and everything like that, we'll also talk about that, but obviously those factors have multiple different factors to them, so we will definitely talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and dive into the individual specs of each board really quickly. Starting off here, we have the Backfire Zealot S2. With a 30-mile claimed range at 30 miles per hour, the battery is the highest at the 14S2P Samsung 40T configuration. 403 watt-hours of power allows it to get up to 30 miles of range quoted. It is also the only board that has a 96mm wheel, as everyone else here has a 90mm wheel, so take that into consideration as well. This also has custom motors made for the 52, 55, 875 watts each power. Next up, we have the Meepo Voyager. At the biggest battery in this class, a 12S3P, this is the configuration with the original Samsung 40T cells. At 544 watt-hours, it's definitely a powerhouse of a board for range. As you can see here, it's the 2022 model at the board number 7. I'm never selling this board because number 7 is my lucky number. These motors are incredibly powerful, 2,772 watts times 2, so it's definitely enough power to get you up to speed of 29 miles an hour. Up next, we have the Exway Flex Pro. This is the belt drive at the top speed of 31 miles per hour with the battery of a 345 watt-hour. This board definitely can carry you up to speed with no issue whatsoever. These large motors of 2,520 watts each definitely can propel you uphill without any situation, and the Flexi board definitely is a fun board to ride. Here's one of the newcomers to the class here, the Meepo NLS, or Envy as we know. 24 miles of range and a top speed of 32 miles per hour. The 12S2P Molicel P42A configuration has 362 watt-hours of power. At the 2,519 watt motors each, definitely can get you up to speed with no hesitation whatsoever. Along with a fast 4.5 amp charger, gets everything charged up in roughly 2 hours. And here we have the Acedeck Stella S3. At a 13S2P Samsung 40T battery configuration, 374 watt-hours of power, along with the two 6355 1500 watts each motors. This board is a beast. A 50 amp ESC 3.0 could propel this board up to 28 miles per hour with around 22 miles of range. The flexible deck is definitely a fun board to ride. All right, here we go with first test number 1, the Backfire Zealot S2. From a full standstill, 3, 2, 1, go. 9 miles an hour. Not bad. Not bad at all. Testing block here is the Exway Flex Pro. Let these cars go by. 3, 2, 1. miles an hour. Top speed reached. That was a good one. That was a good test. Third board is the Meepo Voyager. Now this is the 2022 edition. This is the Samsung 40T cell, so it's not the P42 Molicel that is in there. So just be aware of that. This is literally board number 7 that came out, so take that with a grain of salt. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. 27 miles per hour. That is shocking, actually. So it's definitely doing gear ratio in here. It does come with 2 different gear ratios, so, but stock, standard, as it comes, that's 27 miles an hour right there. We're in the lineup here, the Stella S3. Let's go from 3, 2, 1, go. $26 miles per hour there. 26 miles per hour there. Again, no shock there. I believe the top speed is 28 miles an hour, so capping out there, 26 miles per hour. Still the carbiest one, I feel like, in the bunch, due to the wheel selection, truck selection, bushing selection for the deck. But we're not doing the park test right now, we're doing the speed test. From 0 to full speed throttle. And 3, 2, 1, go. Impressive, 27 miles per hour. Alrighty then, here we are. We're going to be doing the brake test. So we'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to cross over that white line, get up to 15 miles an hour. And at 15 miles an hour, once I cross that white line, I'll rip it down and see how fast this thing stops. All right, so count of 3, 3, 2, 1, go. And stop. All right, test number 2. This is the Exway Flex Pro. And if you guys are enjoying this content so far, go ahead, give it a thumbs up down there. Subscribe if you haven't yet to the channel. We have been working very hard to get this, showdown going here, so I'm very, very excited for it. But yes, again, if you guys are enjoying this content, thumbs up, subscribe, all those good things. Let's let this car go and let's get up to 16 miles an hour. I'm sorry, 15 miles an hour, and we'll get going here. Oh, too fast, too fast. 15 and stop. Oh, wow. Wow. That was way quicker. That's like 6 feet, difference. So Backfire is right here. Exway Flex Pro, right over the line here. Yeah, that's insane. That was a big difference there. And these are all on the stock settings, mind you. This is how the board's aim. I didn't adjust anything as long as I'm that way. So just keep that in mind there as well too. Here we are on board number 3, the Voyager from Meepo. Now again, there's different settings for different boards. Everything is stock, but I'm leaving it around the 80% brake test. So every board's set to 80%. And this is set to brake mode 3. So some boards allow you to do that customization on the fly. So I just want to give you guys a heads up there. Still speed mode 4, but again, we're only going up to 15 miles an hour, crossing that line, ripping on that brake, and trying to stop as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and test this out. In 1, go. Let's go. 15. Okay. Brake mode 3. So far, it's second. So with Backfire being here right at the telephone pole, Voyager being here, and Exway Flex being here. So we're underway. Let's go ahead and see what these other boards do now. All right, we are on board number 4. This is the Acedeck Stella S2. It feels pretty strong as far as the brakes go. Again, it is set to 80% braking power. So let's go ahead and do this countdown. Ready? Get up to 15 miles an hour. 3, 2, 1, go. and stop. Oh, okay. So that's the best braking so far. So Stella S3 in line here. Flex Pro right here. The Voyager was right around here. And now the Backfire Zealot was over here. So the Backfire Zealot having the slower of performance. Interesting. Go ahead and bring the board. I don't know why I'm not riding the board. Yeah, the Stella S3 with the best braking so far. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and let these line of cars go by. But this is our last board for the brake test here. This is the Meepo Envy with the brand new Hobby Wing setup inside here. So it's not the same as the Voyager, which had the Link Foxen series inside of it. This is now the brand new Hobby Wing that's in here. So a little bit, I find Hobby Wing to be a little bit softer as far as braking goes. So let's go ahead and see exactly what that means. Get this thing up to 50 miles an hour and go from there. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Right on the line. Right on the line there. I think that was maybe 1 mile an hour over faster. I let off the gas a little bit there at the end. It still said 16, but I think I got it down to 15. That is, that's impressive. All right, so far the winner with the brake test is the S3, followed by Meepo, followed by Flex Pro, followed by Voyager, and then over here, the Backfire Zealot S2. Wow, that's a lot of boards to remember. So yeah, that's really impressive. I'm actually quite surprised on that turnout there. So pretty good. All right, this is going to be the carve test. Now you're going to see the two different perspectives here. So let's go ahead and rip it. This is the Meepo Envy. So carve feel is subjective, obviously, but these guys set up these different bushings. Everything is reverse kingpin, which is great. But at the same time, the deck choice, the bushing choice, there's several different factors as far as it goes. So just be understanding that, you know, this might be a little convoluted in the sense of like trying to test it out, but I'm trying to do this as scientifically as possible. So that's it. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. Stop. That was actually faster than I thought I was going to be on this one. I think the Flexi deck, the incredible Flexi deck. I mean, look at this thing. I just scratched. It bounces a lot. 220 pounds. I just scratched the box on there. So yeah, it's got some serious flex to it, and I think that actually leads to its better maneuverability. Guys, I hope you were making it. It is a massive undertaking. So again, if you haven't yet, go ahead, click subscribe, give thumbs up to this video. If you want to go see the individual reviews on every single one of these boards, I have the links down below in the description there. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. And you know, support the channel. I got gear coming out for the Wapa line, for the Electric Legends. So multitude of different things. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. So we are now on the Backfire Zealot S2, a very stiff deck. This deck there is almost no flex to this thing. And it is very stiff as far as a truck choice goes. So the bushings, they're custom bushings. Let's go ahead and see exactly how this board tests out as far as flexibility goes, carvability goes. And 3, 2, 1, go. Now, remind you, this also has the 96mm wheels. Everyone else here does have 90mm wheels, but that is how they came stock. So just want to make sure you are aware of that as well. That was stiff, like the combination of the reverse kink, the Bushings could be a little softer, but I guess it's stability speeds. This thing is definitely one of the more stable ones at top end speed. Last but not least, we have our Meepo Voyager. Now, fun fact here, I believe that the Meepo Voyager deck and the Meepo Envy deck are the exact same deck. So as far as carpability and flexibility of each, they should be on par. Now, the problem is that the Meepo Voyager, I believe, has the 100A bushing choice inside there. It didn't come with anything else. The Envy did come with the 96A inside of there and also had a 100A option in the box. So I kept it with the 96A because, again, that's what it came with stock. So let's go ahead and see if the Voyager is able to go ahead and rip it through here as fast as possible. I'll give you my opinion at the end. Ready? Go. Go. All right, that was surprising. I didn't think the Stella S3 would be as carpability wise as possible because the trucks are super tight. It has a 100A bushing and a 96A bushing on it, so it leads it to a very stiff ride typically, but I think the super flexy deck, I mean, I literally just scraped the enclosure on that thing, leads me to believe that that is why I was able to get as carpability as possible. So this is the Flex Pro from Exway, also a pretty carvy deck. I really like the technology that's inside this deck. It's actually more towards a snowboarding technology, so let's go ahead and try this one out. In 3, 2, 1. Nice. Felt good. That felt good. I don't know why, but everyone loves a straight uphill climb test. So let's just go ahead and take this an opportunity and just go straight uphill as fast as we can and see what the time frame is and go from there. Alrighty, starting from here, do a 3, 2, 1, try to get to the top of the hill as fast as possible. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. That was a pretty easy slope. Road gets a little rougher, a little wobbly. Chunks there, so I slow down there. All right, we now have the S3 base deck. 1, 2, 3. Good pickup. Those 63, 55 motors really do help. Meepo Voyager, large batteries, 12 S3P configuration. Let's see what this thing's got going up the hill. In 3, 2, 1, go. Good takeoff. Can't imagine this thing having any problems. Board number 4, the Flex Pro. I don't imagine this having any issues ever going ahead and climbing up this hill. But do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Torquey. Last board here, it is the Backfire Zealot S2. Really stiff deck, the stiffest deck probably out of everyone here. The 14S 2P configuration with the Samsung 42s inside there, so it's also the highest as far as the 14S series go. We have some 13Ss in there, and 12Ss in there. So it's a good mixture of boards. Everything's kind of different range and stuff. This is also not the most powerful in the series. They obviously have the Zealot X, which is a much more powerful board, but still is what we got. So let's go ahead and grip it and rip it here. So we're in turbo mode, and 3, 2, 1, go. Good, it was good. So with the typical standard T-race setting, it's actually 100 meters by 20 meters across. I don't have that capability of doing so, so what I'm going to do is reduce the T size, but make it fair by actually measuring it out with a counter here. So starting this yellow line, we're gonna measure out to this crack over here, and that is 20 feet on the dot there. Reset, 0, center here, measure out this way to this line, 20 feet on the dot right there. So we now have our width of 20 feet wide, and then I'm going to ride all the way down to a center sewer cap that's over there, and that's going to be my starting point. The race is supposed to be, which is fine, because these boards they're powerful, but you ain't racing a stooge on these things. So we have the lines drawn. We are ready to race here. Starting point is going to be the sewer cap. End point is going to be the sewer cap from here, up around the edge, come back down around the middle. Hopefully not get hit by bullets. I know it's not the smartest thing to do it on a road here, but it's pretty dead dull. So, mark, get set. On your mark, get set, go. All right, we are on board number 2 here, the Meepo Voyager. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Grippy wheels, grippy wheels.
All right, board number 3, the Flex Pro. Let's go ahead and give it a go. That rhymes. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh.
Oh, gravel.
Yeah, that was torquey and slid out a little bit there on the end. Backfire Zealot S2. In 3, 2, 1. Holy shit. Redo. That's fun wheels. Spun wheels there. We're gonna redo that one. In 3, 2, 1, go. Spinning wheels. Fourth.
Holy sliding of wheels. Yikes.
This board is maybe I have to loosen the trucks up a little bit, but I set them as where they were factory. It's super great straight line, but the stiffness of the deck doesn't let you like get into it. And yeah, I don't know. It just I literally was spinning wheels there, so you can kind of see it. Look, it spins if you lean too hard. Oh, dude, this is on the line here. It's the Flexi's board here, and almost to a flaw flexing. With my weight, it's a little too much. Power's there, incredible power's there, but it's just a little too flexy. So just be aware of that. You know, when you're buying sport, if you're over 220 pounds, you can bottom this thing out. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Nice, nice, nice. Turn. Rip it and rip it!
All right, that felt really good. Surprisingly, for the flexiness of the deck, I think that was an advantage there. But yeah, the board's flexing. You can bottom this thing out. That 13S 2P 6355 motor is 50 MPSC. It's got a lot of pros. Pretty good price too right now.
Well guys, here we are at the end. This has been an absolute incredible experience. Showdown, 5 boards, 4 companies. Really, all of them are fantastic in their own rights, but some of them have come out on top. Now let's go ahead and talk about my overall, probably #1 pick, which I know it's gonna be a little bit of a controversial in that sense, but I would say that best bang for buck, value, fun riding, easy, maneuverable, great beginner board, even a pro board. As a dump truck drives by, it's I would say it actually goes to the Meepo Envy. Now, surprisingly enough, the price point of this thing, the carvability of this thing, the top end speed, the power, the range, fantastic package overall. Meepo really has done a fantastic job with taking a board that is the mid-tier and making it something special. Now granted, you have super long range powerful boards with a 12S3P, incredibly torquey boards like the Flex, really flexible decks like the S3, and overall aesthetically looking, this neon glow is fantastic from the band Backfire here. But that being said, Meepo did release a new board, the Envy Aurora, and that actually has a green glow deck inside there. So with Backfire, you know, it did have that aesthetic looks to it. Still a fantastic board. I just say that there's some corks that need to be replaced inside there. I would say that with the Backfire, being able to swap the bushings out, all easy stuff you can do as a consumer, no problem there. With the Stella S3, the cons on that one, flexi deck, 220-pound rider, I bottomed that thing out. With the Stella Acedeck S3, really flexi deck. That's a con for me. It's incredibly enjoyable. The trucks are stiff. That 100A with the 96A bushings, they just did a whole kind of mess of things with it. And I know it can be changed out, but a 220-pound rider bottoming out and hitting an enclosure on that, that's kind of a big negative for me. I want to make sure that I know if I'm going over bumps, cracks, and stuff like that, I don't want to be ruining the bottom there too. So great carvability because of the deck. Truck choice as far as bushings, again, easily swappable. I would have gone with softer ones, but that flexi deck is nice, but to a flaw. The Exway Flex Pro, probably one of the overall better packages for everything. The price is decent, the range is okay, the power is stupendous, and the deck is fantastic. The carvability on this one is like a snowboard. It gives you a very nice rebound with incredible flex and stability as well. So I would definitely say that, it's a close second. Meepo Voyager. Now the Voyager has been a fantastic board. My problem with the Voyager though is that ESC. That 4th speed mode is super twitchy. It's almost unreliably twitchy, that if you're going that thing and you're cruising at 20 miles an hour and you give just a little bit of throttle, that dead space that's in between there, that thing takes off again. There's no smooth acceleration at that point. Backfire has one of these smooth accelerating boards here. This guy, if it had a different ESC inside of it, I would say would probably be a very top choice. Now that being said, a 12S3P, fantastic range. I mean, you're looking at 30 miles of range easily on that thing. Now going on to the Meepo Envy or the NLS3. This is a fantastic overall choice board. I really do think that Meepo has nailed it as far as that goes. They have taken a board that is able to go really fast, carve, brake, go uphill with no issues whatsoever, and it did pretty well in the performance test. You know, it's not the top performer in there, but did really well in the performance test. I would say fun factor, that carvability for me, when I'm getting an electric skateboard, is what I look for. So for me, I want to be able to feel like I'm skateboarding, snowboarding. I want to feel that connection to the ground. And I would say that this has definitely done that. And it's got a lot of other features inside there as well too. So, you know, it's just overall a very solid choice. What do you guys think? Leave comments down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is there some other boards that you'd want to see in this competition level? I would love to hear from you guys. So make sure you go ahead, click subscribe, thumbs up this video. There are individual reviews of every single one of these boards down there as well. And if you want to pick up one of these boards, there's also a link for a discount code as well down there too. So guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This has been a incredibly long process, but I promise you it'll be a fun video. So thank you so much. More to come. If you haven't yet, click that subscribe button again. Until next time, always wear your helmet. Peace.